nights. Cross country, get a kick. We show love to Arriva Trains Wales. And Great Western Steam. Is it still reliable? You join me in 1989 for a race. It is between some of the most modern transport in the world and this Great Western 6000 King class is not the most modern loco in the world, but weirdly enough, for today's race it is actually the most factual loco in the world. So, the race. On this St. David's Day, Ian will race from his house in Brereton through to Rugeley, then up to Birmingham, where he will catch his train to Cardiff Central. But for Ian, that is not the end of the race, because he will then go to Cardiff Queen Street, unit veg there for a couple hours, and then come back to Cardiff Central. Meanwhile, King Edward I will be starting from London Paddington and take Great Western's main line through to Cardiff Central. So there is the race, ladies and gentlemen. Can the fat bloke from Brereton beat the Great Western Railway? Should be good, this race. Yeah, maybe. Well, this is good, isn't it? Already the race is what, 20 minutes underway, and I just found out the King's already ahead of me. It's made. Well, the tour actually started from Eastleigh, and the King was put on at Southall, and I think it's about now around Hanwell. Now, I've been going 20 minutes and I've only made Rugeley Town. That's a good start. Great Western attraction. Oh great, 175.05. Oh dear. You have the feeling today is going to be one of those days. Ooh, I like that seat. As we pulled into Walsall, I was starting to feel very confident. And as I alighted at Birmingham New Street, that confidence just grew. The train for Cardiff Central arrived at Birmingham New Street, and while I told cross country exactly what I thought about them, oh, stupid cross country, bloody have that and that, I knew the King was ready at London Paddington. Here we are now, just passing through Worcestershire Hill. Lovely station. We arrived at Cheltenham Spa 15 minutes behind schedule. But it was even worse at Lydney, where we arrived half an hour late. Could anything go worse?
Yeah, this side then, haven't I? My one, yeah.
Right, so we're here now at Cardiff Central. We have arrived a little bit late. Don't know how late, like, but a little bit late. But now we're going to go catch our Valley Line train. We're going to head to Cardiff Queen Street. Right, update on the third rail race. I have now arrived at Cardiff Queen Street. now I'm going to stay here till 1:30. The race starts now. Can I get out of here, which is 1:30, I'm out of here, to be in to Cardiff Central before 2 o'clock? Well, I'll be in before 2 o'clock, but will I be in before the King is due to arrive? That is going to be the tough one. It's going to be very tough. As I walked and waited to see if the King would come back, a thought came into my head. And that thought was quite simply this. I'm racing a steam engine. Why? Yeah, I'm Cardiff Central.
Sorry.
And I think I've beat the King. The King then arrived at Cardiff Central. It was over half an hour late. A signaling problem dwindled, forcing it to lose time. But that didn't change the result. The result of Ian had won. The King then left in a blaze of glory. It had been defeated, but yet somehow it seemed like it was victorious. And while I sat at Brereton Street, waiting for my train to take me home, a rather sad thought occurred to me. And what that sad thought was, as we stand here at Rugeley Town, is that as exciting or as unexciting as modern traction is, and let's face it, modern traction is just pieces of plastic, steam is more enchanting, it's more there, it's more spiritual. It's almost as if steam has a soul. Now let's face it, I was always going to win that race. Modern traction will beat steam, old traction. But that's sad, because you'd rather want to do the journey on a steam engine. It makes you wonder sometimes, really does. The loco we saw today, the King, it's got a few runs left and then it's going for overhaul. We may not see it again for another 2, 3, someone even said 4 years. 4 years without that loco, which was the very first steam loco I saw. And it's sad that I beat it. And that leaves us really with a third rail hard fact. And that fact is, yes, modern traction will always beat steam traction. But steam is the best way to do it. And on that thoughtful bombshell, it's time to end the show. Thanks for watching. Good night.